What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and I know, another X-23 video, but somebody's got to do it, my friends. I'm not seeing a lot of love for X-23, and there's good reason for that. She just isn't what she should be, right? That's a big problem with the character. We all wanted her to be a lot stronger than what she is, but what this video about today is just to really show you guys how well she can do against Knull, and what kind of improvement should you expect from her being transcended. And she did gain about 7,000 physical attack. So now she currently has almost 33% physical attack. Other than that, I didn't change the stats at all. She gained quite a bit of HP. Now she has 38,000 HP. So she's going to have a lot more survivability, more damage. How much more damage? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. I mean, she has max attack speed. She has 38 crit rate, max critical damage, max ignore defense, max skill cooldown. All the Urus are the same from the previous build, just mythic physical attack Urus. I do have 55% physical attack on my cards. We've talked about all these things. You know, she's got the damage accumulation. Again, I've mentioned this in every video, but I really wish this was plus 1%. 0.5% just really isn't enough. It really should be more than that. I don't think she'd be too overpowered, but she'd be definitely... People would want her that much more. I mean, she's going to be an ABX meta regardless, but I really wish Netmarble would have hooked her up just a little bit more. She does have the paralysis. She got the fifth skill. And something about Knull is this paralysis won't work. Something else about Knull that's really nice is all these all defense downs that she has, you don't have to worry about them counteracting each other, which is amazing. That is amazing. Plus you get this increased damage proc on this awakened skill, something to keep in mind. And she does have a stage 6 Power Ranger Hawk set. So I still have yet to fully awaken this ISO 8 set. This is just from my previous video to now being transcended. That's really the only thing I've changed. I just transcended the character. She still has the CTB of energy. She still has a legendary uniform. And if we go into World Boss, the last time I did a video about this girl, I was able to do stage 80 with her. Now we're actually going to 85. I'm not going to try to get the clear, but I'm just going to show you guys whether or not she can actually do this. And we just want damage dealt to supervillains. So this is 5 stages higher from just being transcended. We'll see if she can actually do this. I'm not going to try to clear it. We just want to see how long it takes to get down to the 11th bar. And I just hit the damage accumulation and the awakened skill. That way we make sure our all defense downs don't counteract with each other. There we go. Back into 3-5. And again, you know, the thing about X-23 is just really easy to play. These tornadoes can be really bothersome for her. So we have to be very careful. Hopefully we don't get caught in any of these damn things. And remember, when you have 1 second left on that proc, you want to go into your 4th skill. There's 1 second. 3 awaken skill. Come on. And all right. 4. You get these little bursts of damage between the end of the 4 and the beginning of the 3 sometimes, which is really nice. Come on. Oh boy. So we're almost down. We're almost 1 minute into this fight. She's not doing too bad. She's not doing too bad at all. And it's really nice that you get the paralysis before you use her awakened skill. So a minute and 15 seconds, actually a minute and 14 seconds down to the middle of the 11th bar. And that's about right, guys. That's about what I did in the last video. I was doing stage 80 with a non-transcended X-23. And this is about the speed she was. She's doing it a little bit faster. So you're going to gain about 5 stages when you transcend this character, which is a pretty good amount. I mean, it's definitely nothing super special, especially in this day and age of Marvel Future Fight, considering that it's just stage 85, right? And, you know, we are going to fight Knull. I've actually pre-recorded a run against Knull. I am going to be using Gamut for this ignore target dodge rate by 50%, and Valkyrie, of course, for the 30% ignore dodge and 50% damage out supervillains. And then we got X-23, of course. And the good thing about having an ignore dodge leadership, even though Gambit's much stronger than X-23, is we can use all these damage to supervillain strikers. We're actually gaining 60% damage to supervillains, which is a whole lot better than having a 30% physical attack. And we have max ignore dodge from the CTP of energy, the leadership, and Valkyrie's passive. So let's jump into the action and let's rock and roll. Unfortunately, this is just stage 2, and we will be using Valkyrie throughout the fight because I just couldn't get it done with only X-23. I tried multiple times, and we just don't do enough damage. I mean, that's the big problem. I really wish they would have gave her that plus 1% accumulation. I mean, honestly, that's the thing in the future we need to be looking for these characters. You know, how much accumulation do they have? I mean, if they only have, 0.5% like X-23, I don't think we can really expect a lot unless they get a lot of serious attack buffs, which X-23 really didn't. I mean, she got some, but she didn't get really enough. And, Valkyrie really is, I mean, you can see how much damage she does. She's just stronger, right? But I'm trying to use her sparingly. I'm trying not to use Valkyrie too much. I really want X-23 to do the brunt of the damage. But it's definitely easier said than done. The nice thing always about X-23 is she is easy to play. You don't have to worry about her dying so much because of her heals. She has a lot of good survivability, and the 6-second immunity on the 5th skill really, really helps. I'm going to switch. There we go. And really, I just try to switch, during the Simian invasion, but you'll see in the future I'm probably going to switch a little bit more because we really need to do as much damage as possible and incorporate Valkyrie. I'm not going to be using Gambit. That would be way overkill. He's just really way too strong. And, the funny thing about this team is Gambit is easily stronger than both of these girls and could easily do this by himself. I soloed stage 4 Knull with that guy with no support at all. But I just wanted to highlight having a nice ignore dodge leadership and being able to use all these damage to supervillain strikers. It's actually a better team up than using Winter Soldier in the leadership or Cyclops for the all attack, because you're actually getting more damage to Knull from the strikers versus leadership. Now, I didn't want to use my awakened skill. I'm kind of waiting. Okay, so I went in and switched to Valkyrie, and the reason for that is, even though X-23's awakened skill is ready, whenever Knull goes to knife frame, that thing will get canceled immediately. So we're just using Valkyrie's awakened skill first because it won't. We can actually do a lot of damage to Knull when he goes into a knife frame, and then we can switch to X-23 and pour it on with her and use her awakened skill immediately afterwards. I mean, I gotta admit, it's not the greatest, but when I see 4 or 5 bars go off like that, I'm thinking, I mean, it's not bad. And just imagine if he had some Pierce. I mean, I bet you anything. I mean, who knows how much Pierce you'd actually need, but maybe you'd only need 1 support for OX23. And I know she's not going to be the ideal character for this. I know most players probably won't even use her unless they really just love her. But the thing about X20 that I love is she's fun. She's just a damn fun character to play because she's so easy to play. I mean, I wish she was a little bit stronger, but man, she's super fun. You're not worried so much about getting interrupted because you're in iframes all the time. You're not worried about dying because she has the long immunity and the heals. And because of her low cooldowns, she's just easy to play. You can cancel her awaken skill immediately. I mean, if you use her damage accumulation, her 3rd skill, and then her awaken skill and put the proc on the awaken skill, that actually will do really good damage against Knull compared to just doing the 3 and then the awaken skill and the 5. It's just I found that consistently I would do more damage with the 3 awaken skill and then the 5. I just seem to do more damage using that method. But I mean, I don't want to say she can melt. I mean, it does kind of look like she is melting. But, I mean, we are using a support, right? We do have 60% damage to supervillains from strikers, and this is only stage 2, and she's built pretty well. I mean, the only thing I can really do that would really make a massive difference for her is awaken her ISO 8 set, which I plan on doing, but I actually ran out of extreme ISOs. I just can't do it unless I pay a bunch of crystals to unequip ISOs from another character and slap them on her, which I really don't want to do. All the characters that have awakened ISOs, I kind of want to keep those ISOs on them because maybe I use them for ABX, or maybe they're my main go-tos for Knull, or maybe I just really love the character and I don't want to do it and just want to keep him as strong as possible. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. And we're just waiting. We want to get our awaken skill ready. And there I missed my 3rd skill, but no big deal, no big deal. We're pushing him in the next phase. Now here's the thing. Since X-23 doesn't have any super armor, which I think is crazy. We went in and switched to Valkyrie so we could get that invincibility from the Awakened skill, and then just use Valkyrie and run through her rotations. Plus, Valkyrie has the heal, right? I mean, she's just really a great character to do that phase with. Then we'll switch to X-23 and let her finish off the damage. And you see, guys, even with me using Valkyrie and throwing her in here and using her throughout the fight, this was still pretty damn difficult. Which, I mean, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. I really think that they should have done more for her. But as far as being transcended, she gains about 5 stages just from being transcended, which isn't bad. And players that have better cards than me and Pierce, I mean, she's going to be doing stage 99's Proxima. You can bet money on it. And she will do a lot better against Knull. She just won't be the best for Knull by any means. But I don't regret transcending her. I do plan on doing some ABX with her. We got to wait a few days before Combat Female Hero Day comes back. So I'll definitely be testing her with Valkyrie on that day with a better build. And as always, I stream at Twitch at Reset. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.